Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what I wish I'd known at the start of year 11. So as you may know, I have technically finished year 11 now, so I thought that I would help you guys out who are in the younger years, who may want to know how to prep for year 11. These are all the tips that you are going to need to know before year 11. This is what I wish I had known before I went into year 11, just to help prepare myself. So yeah, I've made notes on my tablet because I do not want to miss anything out. So yeah, hopefully this video helps you guys out. Give it a big thumbs up if it does, and subscribe to my channel, as that would mean so much to me. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight on into the video. So the first thing that I wish I'd known was revise for your mocks, revise for your topic tests, and try different revision techniques and see what works for you. So I tried hard in my mocks and I revised the most I could. I always revised for topic tests. I'd stay in on a lunchtime and revise for those topic tests. I really recommend that you do this because it helps you get the best grades, and obviously you don't know what's going to happen. So the people that didn't try in their mocks or the topic tests, who are in my year, who have just finished year 11, will probably regret that decision, because that is now what our grade is being based upon. So you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I highly doubt that's going to happen again. However, really do, because it just preps you for your real exams and stuff like that. So if you revise for your topic test, you're a jump ahead of where you technically need to be. So I really recommend doing that. And for trying different revision techniques, try it, because the time you experiment, you'll find what works for you before your final exam, and that's going to help you the most. So I at first started using mind maps for my sciences, and it just didn't really work. And then I started to use flashcards towards my mocks. That was a lifesaver for me. Literally, I got 6s and 7s in my mocks. I made notes. I'm going to do a whole series on how I revised for each subject, so if you guys want to see that, then give this a big thumbs up. But yeah, that is my first tip. The next one is have ring binders for each subject to organise your revision. This reduces stress so much and makes you feel so much more organised, as you know where things are. So I started off with just plastic wallets, and it became very unorganised. So if you want to go that way, then you can, like, it works. However, I would recommend ring binders and dividers so that you can see what's paper 1, what's paper 2, and if there's a subject where you've got a paper 3, then there's that as well. So yeah, definitely organise your folders. So if you want to just revise B1, for example, you can just go straight to the section of B1 in your folder. It makes it so much easier to organise and find it. And again, like I said, it reduces stress, because when you've just got a pile of books on the table, a pile of revision just randomly scattered all over your bedroom or wherever you study, it is not ideal. So yeah, I really recommend getting ring binders. You can get them really cheap in like Tesco, and also it's very fun picking out different ring binders. Like, I love picking out all the pretty ones, all the colourful ones. It's like my favourite thing to do. Back to school shopping is actually one of my favourite things about going back to school. I love it so much. So yeah, definitely get ring binders and organise your revision. The next one is make revision resources as you go along. This applies for both year 10 and 11, because if you get to the end of year 11, or you get to where you need to be revising for your mocks and you're only just making that revision, then you are going to feel so behind, you're going to feel so stressed, and it's just not ideal. So please go and revise, make your revision along the way. So for example, if you've got a B6 test coming up, revise and make those flashcards, or however you revise for that topic test. And then obviously, if like a day or so before, you can just go over them, because when you're writing them down, the knowledge does actually go in, and when you go over them, you're just refreshing your memory. So definitely do that, and it helps you prep for your mocks, and it helps you prep for your real things. Like, you don't want it to be like 2 weeks before your real exam and you're going, oh my goodness me, I still haven't made revision for C2, for example. Like, please make your revision as you go along. The next one is do lots of practice questions and practice papers. So this will help you understand how the questions are worded, because that was something that I really struggled with. I knew all the content, yet when it came to like the mocks, I was reading a question and I just didn't know what it meant, because I didn't really do as many practice questions or practice papers as I should. So after that, I really did go on and do practice papers, and there are also really good practice workbooks I showed you in my wasted revision video. So yeah, go and check that out if you want to see all the different workbooks that you can get, because they are so helpful. So yeah, I started doing them, and in my February mocks I went up about 2 grades just from doing practice questions, learning the content and doing practice questions and papers. It's the best way to learn, I guarantee it. So please do that, it'll help you so much. The next one is do the work as you're set it and use your time effectively. So I used form time to do my revision so I could relax more on a night. Having lots of homework due and leaving it last minute is going to stress you out and is going to leave you feeling so unproductive. So do it as you're set it to keep on top of things. So yeah, if you're at school and you have a form time or a form period or anything like that on a morning before school, if you get there really early, use that time to do some revision, do your homework. In year 11, the workload at school is quite a lot, so you just want to go home on a night and just relax, don't stress yourself out. And if you've got a lot of homework to be doing and you don't have time to be doing that revision either, then there's not really good work balance there. So definitely do your work as you're set it, and don't leave it until 9 o'clock at night. What I used to do is I used to come in from school, and if I had homework set that day, then I would go home, do it at around 6 o'clock. So I used to get in about 4, and I would leave it 2 hours just to watch a bit of YouTube, have my tea and relax for the evening. And then at 6 o'clock I would start doing my homework and doing a little bit of revision. This of course wasn't every single night, because that's just impossible, and I did used to do activities after school such as D&V, so if your school offers that, I really do recommend it. But yeah, so I used to work from 6 o'clock till 8, and that was like 2-hour period of study, and then after that I would go in the shower and get ready for bed. So yeah, that was like my routine. So I recommend doing it little and often, but yeah. The next one is learn required practicals specifically for science. So make revision resources on them, because they're a huge part of your science exams, so make sure you know them well. I didn't realise in year 10 how important it was to learn these required practicals, especially for biology and for physics. So I realised in year 11, I think, for chemistry first, that I needed to know my required practicals, and my grade, as I think I've mentioned in so many of my revision videos, went from not even passing, from like a 3 to a 7, which is equivalent to an A, just from knowing my required practicals and learning my knowledge. So please learn your required practicals. The next one is you don't need to actually know everything, so learn what's on the specification, and here's the key word here, have a general understanding of it. So your teachers are probably going to give you more knowledge than you're actually going to need. So make sure to print out the specifications, put them in your ring binders, and tick off the subjects as you do it, if you know what I mean. So you don't need to know everything on the course. Like in year 10, I made flashcards on everything that was inside my book, and realised half of that stuff wasn't actually in the exams. It wasn't actually knowledge that you needed to know. After that, I started just to learn the content that I did need to know, and that was in the actual specification. So yeah, definitely do that. And like I said, you don't need to know it all in a great amount of detail, you just need to have a general understanding of it. So yeah. The next one is make a revision timetable to allocate certain times to certain subjects. This will help you be more productive. So making a revision timetable is so effective, honestly. So on a Monday form time, I would allocate French revision, for example, on a Tuesday after school, I would go to a maths revision session. So yeah, allocate your time quite effectively, and this will allow you to be more structured with your revision, and it is definitely going to keep you on top of things, because I know for a fact that you are more likely to revise subjects you enjoy rather than ones that you don't enjoy, because I was exactly the same. I realised that you need to put a balance on all of your subjects and revise for them all the same, and revise for them the same amount, and make sure that they're all equal, because at the same time you want to do well in all of them. I know it's really easy to prioritise your favourite subject and not revise for your least favourite subject. You don't like it, but please try and revise for all of your subjects equally. But yeah, that's that tip. So the next one is, don't be scared to ask for help. Ask your classmates, ask your teachers. So I used to organise times before school to see my teachers about certain things, and they would give me work so that I could practice it. Yeah, I used to go in before school because I used to get to school at 8 o'clock and it didn't start until 10 to 9. So I used to get to school really, really early. So I would utilise that time doing revision, doing work, seeing my teachers and doing like a little catch up of work with them. So if I didn't understand moles, for example, in chemistry, I would go to my teacher and go and ask about it, go and get some practice questions on it, and then I'd go home on the night and go and practice those questions. So yeah, that's definitely a great way to get in those practice questions like I talked about earlier, and ask for help. And the next one is, go to revision sessions. These are so helpful for a final understanding and chance to ask your teachers for help. So use this to your advantage. So I think I used to go to a revision session almost every single day, and yeah, these are so helpful. So I used to go to English ones, I went to maths ones after school. So use these to your advantage, because it is a chance for you to get even more practice in, and you're also going to be there with your teacher to ask for help if you don't understand. So I definitely recommend going to those. And finally, the last tip is, don't neglect your mental health. I know mocks are very, very stressful and the pressure is immense and it's going to get to you, but don't neglect your mental health. Keep calm and just try your best. So I always went into an exam and took deep breaths and took my time and literally just had a little moment to myself just to reflect on what I'm about to do and just go over some last minute knowledge. Everybody around you is going to be stressing out and going to be panicking, basically, because that is the reality of mocks and GCSEs. So I know when I was doing my mocks, a lot of people were coming up to me going, oh my god, I'm gonna fail, I'm so scared. Yes, everybody's scared, but when you have that mindset before you even go in, oh, I'm gonna fail, you are going to fail. Stay positive, go in and take deep breaths and be positive. Like I said, I used to go off into like a little corner and just breathe and reflect on what I'm about to do, take a moment for myself just to prepare myself to go into the exam hall. And that was the best thing for me to do personally, because I did a lot better when I did that, because it just put me in the mind frame for it. And yeah, so don't neglect your mental health. Only do revision when you feel like it. However, don't keep putting it off. Do it little and often. And yeah, those are all the tips that I wish that I'd known before starting year 11. So I really hope this video helps you all out. If it does, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below and let me know, and subscribe to my channel. I love you all, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.